Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the card control element, this one here, so that you can simulate like you have more than one page on your website. So as an example, if I click here, it looks like it's a new page. I'm going to also show you how to have a header and a footer section, so even if you go to the other page, it still has the same header and the same footer. And finally, I'll show you how to have scroll points, so you can scroll to the point you like. So to get started, what I did was I got rid of all the control elements I had. So now if I save this page, everything I just showed you will be non-functional. So let me just show you. So now if I click my work, nothing happens. If I click this button, nothing happens. If I try to open a new page, nothing happens. Instead, it's all in the same page. So let's recreate what I had. So let's start by showing you how to make a new page on card. So to do that, you add the control element, you keep it at section break, and you put it on top of what you want to look like it's in a new page. So in this case, I want this to look like it's in a new page. So I change the name to whatever I want. In this case, I'll call it more work. So keep in mind that they will always have this hashtag. So I'm going to click done here, and now I'm going to go to a button or a link that will link me to this section. So in this case, I will use this button, and I will change the URL to hashtag more work. So now if I click this button, it should take me to this section. So let's check it out. So now I'm refreshing the page, and now if I click, so now you'll see that those pictures are no longer here, but if I click on this button, it takes me to that page. So again, just to explain again, you put the section break control on top of what you want to be in the new page. And I always recommend that you put everything underneath the section break at the end of your website. So, because if you were to put it here, then literally everything underneath that would be that new section. So just put everything at the end. So just to give you another example, let's do another page. So I'll just have say a huge text here that says new page. Okay, and now we need another section break, and I'll put it on top of what I want to be the new page. So in this case, right here. And this one, I'll name it new page. And in order to link to that one, I'll just put a button here. And this button will link me to hashtag new page. So this URL will match what I call the section. So now if I save this and I refresh the page, so you will see it's not here, it doesn't show. If I click this button, it'll take me to this page, and if I click this button, it'll take me to the new page. Just keep in mind that the only thing that separates new sections are another section. So that's why this one's on a new page and this one's on a new page. It's important to note that if you're inside a container, you can't put a section break inside a container. So what do I mean by that? I mean, let's say you have a container, and then put this text inside the container. So now this text is inside this container, and let's say I put a button underneath. So now if I wanted to put a section break, I can't put it here. You'll see that it will never work. And that's because the section, the text and the button are inside the same container. So it won't let me do it. You have to put it either before the entire container or after the container. Or let's say you did want a button right here, you'd have to take the button out of the container. Something like that. So I hope having a new page in card is clear with you, how to use the control elements to do that. Now let me show you how to have a header and a footer in all the pages. So as you can see, the header is not on this page. It has a footer, but that's because the footer is literally on that section. But if I were to go to the other page, no header, no footer. And if I go to the main page, it has the header, but it doesn't have the footer. So let's start with the header. So simply add a new control, and this one change it to the header marker, and put this header marker underneath what you want to be the header. So in this case, I want this button and everything on top to be the header. And now let's add the footer. I'll just duplicate it, and I'll change it from type header to footer, and I'll bring it all the way down to the bottom, and I'll put what I want to be the footer underneath the footer start. So the footer start grabs everything underneath it and makes it to the footer. So always put the footer at the end. Cool, so now if I press done and I save it, I should be able to have a footer and the header on all the pages. So let me refresh this one. Alright, and as you can see, the header is here and the footer is here. If I go to the new page, the header is still here and the footer is still there, and same for the last page. So just to recap, put the header underneath what you want to be the header, and put the footer on top of what you want to be the footer. And finally, I'll show you how to do the scroll points. So let's add a new control element and change it to scroll point. Let's give it a name. I'll call this one portfolio. And I'm going to put it on top of where I want it to scroll to. So I want it to scroll on top of the here. So where it says my work, I'm going to click that button and I'm going to change the URL to portfolio. So this URL means when I click here on this button, it'll scroll me to this point. And let's add one more. So I'll grab this one and I'll put it right here. And I'll name this one about. So now I'll change this button to about. And that should be it. Let's save the page and check it out. Now if I refresh here and go to the home page, if I click my work, it will scroll me down here. If I click the other button, it'll scroll me here. So that's it. Just keep in mind for the section, everything underneath the section will be a new section unless there's a new section. So always put the sections at the bottom, but the footer will always be the last thing. And then using a link or a button, just put the URL as hashtag and whatever you name it. So I named this a new page, it goes to hashtag new page. I hope this video was helpful, and if you want to see more card videos, let me know. Please subscribe, and see you guys next time.